where I'm going to be applying that. Hey, what's up, Aquamigos? How are you guys doing today? If you're new here, my name's Tobias, and as some of you may know, I have a bit more work I have to do on the koi pond. We're gonna tackle some of that today. It's actually very windy outside right now. I hope you guys can hear me okay. If we come over here and take a look at my DIY trash can filter system, some of you might remember that when we went and did the test run, I had some issues where they were leaking from most of the uniseals. Almost all of the uniseals were actually leaking. So what I have here is some aquarium. Let me turn it around for you. I have some aquarium silicone here. I'm going to use that to hopefully seal up around those uniseals. And I know you can get silicone at like Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff like that, but I don't know which one to buy. So I do have like 100% silicone here meant for aquariums. So I know it's not going to have like anti-molding agents and stuff like that. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is just open these up and take everything out of the inside of the filters. Then I'm going to clean the surfaces where I'm going to be applying that silicone, make sure it's completely dry, and then I'll go ahead and apply the silicone. By the way, I did start a bit late in the day, so I'm definitely gonna have to come back tomorrow. This is going to be like a 2-day long episode. So in my last video, I kind of talked about how I think the uniseals were leaking a little bit because I left them outside for so long and they kind of got like dried out or whatever. I'm actually kind of realizing that maybe that's part of the problem, but I was thinking maybe also part of the problem is that, like, as you can see here, I don't have a lot of these pipes pushed in to the elbow. Like, there's still quite a bit sticking out. And I think maybe even just the weight of the pipe and also the pipe just being a little bit further out is causing like a little bit of leverage there. And I think that might be causing them to leak also, because then it's kind of like not coming straight out from the trash can. It's kind of weighted down a bit. So I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm gonna get some help from my dad to do this. It's really hard to do as like one person. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to push all of these further in, especially this one. This one's like quite far out. I think what that'll solve is that'll reduce the amount of leverage that the weight of the pipe has. But one of the challenges we're going to face right now is that if I want to push these in right here, I'm going to have to remove this brick, because this brick pretty much comes up right against the pipe right there. So it's gonna be a kind of a hassle. And then also I have to remove this stuff. Also, there's a little bit of water inside the trash cans. I'm gonna have to get that out. So anyways, as is the case with a lot of things, sometimes when you think you're gonna do something that's like really simple and straightforward, it ends up being like a lot more time consuming and a little bit more complicated than you originally thought. That's what's kind of happening here right now. Right now I'm just applying some vegetable oil to the pipe on the outside, so hopefully it'll slide through that uniseal a bit easier. All right, guys, check it out. I think this is probably going to help a lot. So the next thing I need to do is I'm going to use isopropyl alcohol and just completely clean these surfaces. The alcohol will dry quickly, so that's why I'm gonna use that. Because of course it has to be like 100% dry before I apply that silicone. So yeah, as you can see, it is pretty dirty in there. So I gotta try to do like a really good job of this, because if there's you know, debris or like dust or whatever, you know, on the surface of that uniseal or the edge of the trash can, the silicone won't be able to adhere to it properly. All right, guys, I pretty much got all the water out from the bottom. It took forever. Now I'm ready to continue cleaning those pipes, and hopefully we can glue them before it gets dark. It's almost 6 p.m., so I don't have too much time before it gets a little bit too dark out here to do this. Before I do this, I should actually install the rest of the ball valves like I have over here. Pretty much I'm installing ball valves like this on all of the trash can filters because it'll make it a lot easier to clean out. All right, guys, so it turns out I only have one 2-inch ball valve and two 2-inch uniseals, meaning I'm going to have to order one more uniseal and I'm gonna have to go out to buy 2 more of those ball valves. This is turning out to be a pretty uneventful day for the pond build, but hopefully I can have more of my act together tomorrow when I come out here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day right here. I'll be back out tomorrow. I got a super late start to the day today, but luckily tomorrow I'll have pretty much almost the whole day that I can dedicate to working on this. So yeah, see you then. Hey, what's up, Aquamigos? It's the next day now. I was just at Lowe's buying another ball valve. Unfortunately, I got the last one. I need one more of those, but they didn't have another one. I still need another uniseal, so it's okay. I can't install the third one anyway. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and install that first uniseal on this trash can right here. Just gotta take everything out of here again. Also, it's super windy again today. I hope you guys can hear me all right. All right, here we go. I'm going to have it at an angle, probably like right here. Yeah, probably right there is good. Let's mark that with the Sharpie, make an X. All right, cool, that should be good. And then for a 2-inch uniseal, you need a 3-inch hole saw. Just gonna double check the sizes real quick. And let me get some sunglasses because shards of plastic will fly off this. All right, here we go. All right, gonna go ahead and pop this in. It can be a little tricky sometimes, but yeah, there we go. Cool, that should be it. Nice. Okay, I don't know why my camera just didn't record that, but I glued these pieces together. Let's go ahead and install them on that trash can. All right, guys, just putting some cooking oil on that uniseal to help the pipe slide through easier. And now I'm gonna just add some oil to this pipe. All right, let's see if we can get that through. I'm gonna have to go inside the trash can. I'm pretty sure I should be able to do this on my own, but let's see. I might have to call for some help if I can. Oh man, all right, hold on. My microphone magnet just fell off. All right, here we go. I'm gonna need some help for this. While I'm waiting for help to arrive, I might as well prepare the next trash can. All right, here we go, guys. Let's try this again. This time I have my dad helping out. So I remember before, these 2-inch uniseals, they're really tough. I remember I had the hardest time with them before also when I was installing it on this, the first filter box. So yeah, I think sanding down the pipe so it has a slight bevel on the outside, that seemed to really help. And then we just put a ton of vegetable oil on it, and then it was still really hard to get through, but at least we could do it. So that's what I'm gonna try to do right now, just sand this down a little more and then get this one through and we'll be good. All right, guys, there we go. And once again, these are so, when I go to clean these out, I can just flush out the filters and just open that valve and let everything run out. I think it'll be way easier to clean them that way. And of course, I do need to add the third one over there, but I still need to buy another ball valve and also another uniseal. And next, what I need to do is I pretty much need to clean all the surfaces, just like I did yesterday. I need to clean all the surfaces where the uniseal touches the plastic of the trash can, because I'm gonna put a bead of silicone around all of those, because that's where the uniseals are leaking. That's where we're getting a leak. So it's probably gonna take some time. I'm just going to clean those with some isopropyl alcohol, and I'll let you guys know when I'm finished. All right, Aquamigos, so everything is cleaned. Just give you guys a quick look. I cleaned all of the uniseals and all the trash cans. The surfaces look pretty clean to me. Let me just show you this one over here. I have these ones closed right now, but yeah, check this out. So we're mostly just looking at where the uniseal meets the trash can. That's the area that needs to be siliconed, or have silicone, however you would say that. But yeah, I did all these areas, even down there. All right, guys, I have a tube of aquarium silicone that I opened a long time ago. That would be awesome if it was still good, but let's see. Let's see if it's still good. All right, guys, I think it's not good. We're gonna have to open the new one. Yeah, all right, no problem. All right, so I'm gonna have to switch to the GoPro and, to the GoPro view so you can see what I'm doing inside those trash cans. And also, I've been experimenting with this camera here. It's this camera called the Extra 8.0, and it has this cool kind of chest mount necklace thing. So I can mount that camera right here. And then I'll also do this one. So if I'm like this, let's see. All right, guys, hopefully you can hear me. I'm just putting a latex glove on this hand because after I apply the silicone, I'm going to use my fingers on this hand to kind of smooth out the bead of silicone to make sure I get that seal that I want. So anyways, here we go, guys. It's coming out very nicely. Perfect. The part that I'm kind of concerned about is what happens when I get around to the underside of these uniseals. So maybe I'll just do the tops first. All right, let's see. Yeah, I just need to push the silicone into the underside, I suppose. All right, Aquamigos, check this out. I got silicone on everything. I think I did a pretty good job, but of course we're not gonna know for sure until I get that pump on and we run water through it again. So of course we do have to wait for the silicone to fully cure. And then after that, you know, I do want to actually finish installing the one output for like one of these for drain output, I guess I'll call it. I want to finish installing that last drain output over here. Of course, I need to wait for the parts to arrive. I have to order the uniseal. I have to go back to the store and buy another, maybe a different store to buy another ball valve. And then of course, I'll have to silicone that up. And then after that, of course, we can run the pump, see if there's any leaks. Hopefully there's not going to be any. I was also actually planning on siliconing the outside of the uniseals also. Like if you guys can see, there's like a little bit of a gap like around here and the trash can. So I might do that, but I don't know, part of me wants to wait until we run water through to see if it's leaking. If everything's okay, I might just leave it as is. So right now I actually have dinner plans with my family, so I got to get going in a second, but I'm gonna come back in the morning tomorrow so I can show you how it looks after that silicone is like dry. And yeah, we'll take it from there. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, what's up, Aquamigos? So it's the next day now. Let's go ahead and give these guys a feed right here. All right, let's feed these fish. I can tell that last night the raccoons were out here. That's why the net's sagging in the water right there. And of course, can't forget the little guys. So anyways, I came out earlier this morning and I checked out the silicone that I applied inside those trash cans yesterday. I checked this morning, it was still not completely wet, but it was still sticky, so it wasn't dry yet. But I'll give you guys a look at it. That's what it looks like. I mean, it basically looks the same as yesterday, but I think the reason that it didn't fully dry is because I had the lids on the trash cans. So I came out this morning and I took them off, and I'm just gonna leave them off for the rest of the day, and hopefully they'll be able to dry properly. Yeah, like it's still really sticky. It's probably gonna need like at least another day. So that's where we are with that. The next thing I wanna tackle, now that we're almost done with the filters, the next thing I wanna tackle is the netting for the pond. So this is the idea that I have. I have a bunch of these hooks right here. Let me take one out to show you. They're just like this. So what I was thinking is I have these masonry drill bits, and then I have these, I think these are called anchors, if I'm not mistaken. So pretty much my idea is that I'm going to drill holes around the inside lip of the pond. So pretty much like like here, I'm gonna drill like many holes all the way around the inside, and I'm going to have those hooks basically like that, and they're going to hold up the pond netting. It's going to be a pond net like basically like this. So these hooks are gonna, you know, just hook onto the netting, and I think I'll be able to stretch the netting pretty tight so it doesn't sag into the water. But before I go drilling those holes into the pond, I want to practice one time. So I'm gonna try to drill a hole into this concrete block right here, just to make sure that I can do it. All right guys, so here's the verdict on this masonry bit for this drill. I mean, I'm sure it works, but it's going to take way too long. This is what I was able to drill in that time. I barely made a dent. So it's going to take me forever to drill holes all around the pond. And actually I found this online. It's a 1/4 inch masonry drill bit for a hammer drill. So I think I'm gonna order that, and it's gonna make things way faster. So yeah, Alchemigos, I know we didn't complete anything in this video, but I think we made some pretty good progress. Make sure to stay tuned for next Friday's video. I'm dedicated to sticking to Friday uploads, so make sure to watch out for that. And of course, as usual, if you did like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you went down there and gave this video a like. If you'd like to see more of my videos in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll go ahead and put my handle right here, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Peace.